Welcome to Xbox with Morrpix. I'm your host Morrpix, and on today's show we're going to talk about new Game Pass games and new games with gold. Going to start with the Game Pass games. Control, coming to PC. After a secretive agency in New York is invaded by an otherworldly threat, you become the director struggling to regain control. This third-person action-adventure game will challenge you to master a combination of supernatural abilities that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Control is really good. I played like the first 5-10 hours of it on Xbox when it first came out. Haven't finished it. I have a big backlog and I have a problem, but it's something I definitely want to jump into, especially if I can jump into it on PC with the ray tracing enabled. So that'll be pretty cool. Moving on. Outer Worlds will be available on Android. It is an ID at Xbox title. Explore for the sake of your curiosity with a handcrafted solar system filled with secrets to discover and perils to avoid while exploring space. Players are given a variety of tools to aid in their space backpacking adventure, their very own spaceship and a jetpack, a surveyor probe for scouting and taking pictures, and a signal scope to track down audio signals as well as view landmarks from afar. This one was often confused with the Outer Worlds, which I love the Outer Worlds, but this one is very intriguing and I definitely want to jump into this. It's available on console and maybe PC already, and I think they actually gave it away for free, so you might already own it if you take advantage of all the free things that Xbox does. If not, jump into it now. Moving on. Donut County, available on Android, console, and PC, another ID at Xbox title. Donut County is a story-based physics puzzle game where you play as an ever-growing hole in the ground. Meet cute characters, steal their trash, and throw them in a hole. That's pretty much the premise of the game. It looks very interesting, the story looks funny, and the art style is a very beautiful art style. So if you are a fan of games like Goose Game, Untitled Goose Game, Donut County should be right up your alley. Moving on. Desperados III, available on Android, console, and PC. Desperados 3 is the long-awaited prequel to Desperados Wanted Dead or Alive, a story-driven tactical stealth game featuring a colorful cast of characters that epitomize the Wild West. Desperados 3 takes players on an adventure through rural towns, swamps, and riverbanks to their ultimate gunslinging showdown. This one looks very interesting. It's like an isometric strategy game set in the Wild West setting, and I mean, looks pretty interesting. Definitely check out a trailer if you like either one of those things. It's one of those games I actually thought about buying, but I decided against buying. And then now, look, boom, I can play it in Game Pass. Game Pass for the win. Games coming soon. Oh, I'm sorry, those first games are all available now. Games coming soon. Cyber Shadow on Android, console, and PC. So another ID at Xbox title coming January 26th. The world has been taken over by synthetic life forms. A desperate plea for help sets Shadow on a journey to uncover what started the path to perpetual ruin. Slash through the techno horrors, leap past traps, and nimbly navigate the ruins of Mecha City. Only you can unlock the secrets to your clan's ancient powers in Cyber Shadow, the quintessential ninja action game. This one basically looks like an old school Shinobi. It looks like it has 16 or 32-bit graphics, side-scrolling action platformer. Look pretty interesting. Check the picture right here. Moving on. The Medium, which will be Xbox Series X and S and PC. This will not be on Xbox One. The ID at Xbox title will be available January 28th, which is the first day it launches, so straight from launch to Game Pass. It'll be available with Game Pass on day one. Discover a dark mystery only a medium can solve. Travel to an abandoned hotel resort and use your unique psychic abilities to uncover the deeply disturbing secrets, solve dual reality puzzles, survive encounters with sinister spirits, and explore two realities at the same time. That part is why it's not going to be available on Xbox One, is because the game literally renders two games at the same time, one in the real world and one in the spiritual world, and then it like down frame rates the one you're not in actively, but they said that the Xbox One and the PS4 couldn't handle that, so they needed the new console to be able to run this game, and it's coming exclusively at launch to Xbox, so Xbox for the win. Moving on. Hit my mic. Yakuza Remastered Collection will be available on Android, console, and PC January 28th. Celebrate Kazuma Kiryu's saga with a beautifully remastered Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, with restored content and updated localization in 1080p and 60 frames per second. The story of the Dragon of Dojima is yours to complete. purchase 3 and 5 individually or all together in the Yakuza Remastered collection, or play on Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass for PC. Another thing that's on my list of things to get to, I started Yakuza 0. I got to play, 4 or 5 hours of that. Something else came out, got distracted, got a problem, got a backlog. But I definitely look forward to eventually finishing this whole series. This was something I was interested in when it was not on Xbox, and the Remastered Collection is the first time any of these will have been available on Xbox. Now it's time to talk about what's leaving soon. The following games will be exiting the Game Pass library soon, so don't wait to jump in before they go. If you plan to keep playing, remember you can buy these games and use your Xbox Game Pass membership discount to save 20%. Leaving January 29th, Death Squared from console, Death's Gambit from PC, Final Fantasy 15 from console and PC, Fishing Sim World Pro Tour from console and PC, Grief from PC, Indivisible from console and PC. I want to check that one out. I want to check out Grief. I'll probably check out Final Fantasy 15 also. Reigns Game of Thrones on PC. I might just buy that one with a discount because I do like Reigns and I love Game of Thrones. Currently listening to Audiobook 3. And Sea Salt from console and PC. Now, let's move on to the new games with gold that were announced for February 2021. This month, we're going to get 5 games, not 4, 5 games. We're going to start with Gears 5, available February 1st to 28th. Experience the celebrated campaign and multiplayer, now fully optimized for Xbox Series X and S. With all-out world descending, Kate Diaz breaks away to uncover her connection to the enemy and discovers the true danger to Sarah herself. Gears 5 is an excellent game. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. When people compare Xbox to PlayStation and they say Xbox doesn't have any AAA games, I highly disagree. Gears 5 is that. So if you haven't jumped into Gears 5, you haven't played it for yourself, you don't have Game Pass, guess what? Now you can get it with Games for Gold and experience the story for yourself, and then jump into the new Hivebusters DLC, which is a brand new story expansion of the Hivebusters mode, which I really want to get into the Hivebusters mode. I'm going to drag my brother into that. Moving on. Resident Evil Remastered, available February 1st to 28th. It's the game that defined the genre. In this remastered version, join the Special Forces team, STARS, and investigate a mysterious mansion on the outskirts of Raccoon City. Stay alert because supplies are scarce and the living dead are all around. If you ever played the original Resident Evil and then seen the Resident Evil Remaster, oh my goodness, it's such a difference. It's such a difference. So if you've never played Resident Evil 1, definitely jump into this version as you get it for free. Scare yourself senseless. Moving on. Dandara Trials of Fear Edition, available February 16th to March 15th. Discover secrets, dangers, and an array of unique characters in the world of Salt. In this Metroidvania-style platformer, a heroine arises out of the ether, affair to help a world on the brink of collapse. Featuring stunning handcrafted pixel art and original soundtrack compositions that bring a visual and auditory wonderful wonderland to life. I actually played the first 4 hours of Dandara when it was on Game Pass originally. Really interesting, really different. Always nice to see a different kind of main character. The action was cool, and it did have a bit of a story that was intriguing. But again, multiple things came out, got distracted. That's just me. But definitely check it out for yourself. I mean, it's free with Games of Gold. Moving on. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, available February 1st to 15th. This was an original Xbox title that is, I don't know if it's upscaled for Xbox One X and Series X, I have to see. But with the news of the Machine Games, which is owned by Bethesda, which is owned by Xbox now, their new Indiana Jones game coming out, this makes perfect sense. It's time to put on your fedora and help Indy recover one of the most powerful artifacts known to man. In epic, globe-spanning fashion, take on Nazis and the Asian underworld to track down the mysterious heart of the dragon before it falls into hostile hands. Like I said, I'm jumping into this in preparation for the new Indiana Jones game from Machine Games, who makes Wolfenstein, so that seems like a match made in heaven for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Moving on. Lost Planet 2, available February 16th to the 28th. After 10 years removed from the original title, return to the troubled planet torn apart from the ongoing battle for thermal energy. Play 4-player co-op and customize your character with an arsenal of weapons and vehicles to pilot. I remember playing the first Lost Planet and being like, oh man, this is too much. Like, you got the pressure of the thermal countdown, you got these big ass bugs, they're trying to gobble your giblets, and I'm just like, nah, Not for me. Not for me. But you know what? I'm older. I think I'm braver. I'll jump back in. And as a reminder, Little Nightmares is still available from January 1st to the 31st. Dead Rising is still available from January 16th to February 15th. And Breakdown is still available from January 16th to the 31st. But that's going to do it for the show today. Thank you guys for watching and listening. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, share. All that helps to grow the channel. If you any help to grow the channel will be very, very appreciated. But until next time, be happy, be safe out there, and peace out.